Make sure your day ones keep it solid. Them haters gon' watch us shake out like a rocket.
Your loved one's not here today. By any means, making sure your kids straight.
Gotta remain strong.
You out of work and can't find no job.
Gotta remain strong.
Stressed out cause life is hard.
Just gotta remain strong.
Your enemies smile.
Okay guys, so this is the night before I go into closing my house in the morning. Well, sometime in the morning, but I'm a fucking nervous wreck. Okay, have not been eating right, and the reason why is because it was like every 5 minutes something else changed. The number that I was supposed to bring to closing changed. It went from 7,100. First of all, it went from 6,100 to 7,100 to now 8,300. And I'm like, every day they was needing something different. They want to see my bank statement. So when I tell y'all, couldn't use no type of cash because I didn't know what amount they was going to need next or what they were going to need next. Couldn't really use your cash. So and then you couldn't use your credit cards because you couldn't increase your limits. So I'm just out here like, thank God for child support, because that was the only thing really that they wasn't monitoring. That's how me and my little baby was making it in these streets. Shouts out to the daddy. But yeah, my nerves is kind of up and down. I was just talking to my friend Destiny, and she was like, why don't you sound happy? I'm like, bitch, when you grew up like me, you don't get your hopes up to the keys is in your hand or whatever it is there. Like this whole, oh, get excited. Nah. Because if y'all remember last time I counted my chickens before they hatched. So I'm not going to get excited. I'm not going to do nothing until I get them keys in my little hand. If y'all wonder what I'm doing now, I'm in my garage. Soon to be old garage. Walking my dog. Well, he walking himself. It's his leash right here. So yeah, just kind of wanted to touch bases and let you guys know this was the most stressful 4 months ever. I mean, bruh. I know I done lost about 10 pounds during this process. I hope I don't gain it back. But, so, on lighter notes, my idea of walking into this closing is I wanted to wear all white. I wanted my dad, he's on his way. He's on a Greyhound bus. He was like, I'm not going to miss it for nothing. One of his friends was supposed to bring him from Philly, but he was saying the guy wasn't coming to Tuesday. So he was like, I got me a bus ticket. I'm not going to let nothing let me miss it. So that was really exciting. And I'm thinking about getting Peyton out of school. Like, I know some people be like, oh, you know, why are you doing this? But if you come from where I come from, ain't none of us never owned a house. None of us ever owned a house. Well, my grandmother did, but we already know that story. But, you know, this is something major. This is something really major, and I want my son to witness it. So we gonna walk in there all white, looking all godly. So, all right, we will record tomorrow as well. Okay, so we are here to the closing.
Is this where the new house is?
No, Peyton, this is not a new house yet. All right, there's my dad.
Hey.
Peace, say hey to the camera.
Hey, camera.
Hi.
Hey, camera.
Well, wish me luck.
You out of work and can't find no job.
Gotta remain strong.
Stressed out cause life is hard.
Just gotta remain strong.
Your enemies smiling in your face.
Gotta remain strong.
The whole time they wanna take your place.
Gotta remain strong.
Just keep doing what you gotta do.
Gotta remain strong.
Stay prayed up and he'll see you through.
Gotta remain strong.
When I tell you it's like giving your firstborn child Oh my gosh. So I just wanted to kind of give you guys some of the, best practices, some things to watch out for. And I'm going to kind of edit this video to add different pieces, show you guys the house. Hopefully I'll be able to take this to closing so you guys can see it. But basically, it first started, my realtor, Sandra Gibson. She's hot. She's the best. But started out with her. She told me to contact a mortgage guy, someone that was her lender. Now this guy, okay, let me tell you guys this. Be wary of lenders. It's okay to shop around. So she told me this guy, it was a new client, a new person she started working with. She had great success with him. So here I am, just green-eyed, bushy-tail, wide-eyed, bushy-tail. And I go to this guy. He runs all my information. He's like, yeah, you're approved for a $250,000 loan. Asked me questions. Everything was good. So I'm like, bam, take my approval letter, give it to my realtor, and we out shopping for homes. I mean, we shopping. I'm like, damn, that was real easy. So I'm looking, found my home. It was a nice little single family. No, was that single family home? It was a nice little home in Marietta, 2-car garage, fireplace, everything's nice. So we went through a little bidding war or whatever, and went under contract, paid for my inspection. Everything was good. Now, I'm thinking all I got to do is take this money to closing. When you get that feeling that something just too smooth, like, I mean, shit is smooth, but that was smooth it was selling too smooth. So come to find out that this guy, he didn't process anything. He just asked me questions, and based on the questions that I said, he just okayed it. He didn't pull any tax documents. He didn't do anything. So all that work I did, all that money that I first put into my first initial home went down the drain because when he pulled my tax documents, and I'm going to tell you guys about that, there was a lot of issues that came up. Now, guys, girls, who's ever listened, especially my single mommies with children, okay? You know how everybody has a CPA or someone to do their taxes. When we go to our CPA, we want them to get us the maximum amount of refund that they can possibly get, right? We want them to, do whatever they can. And sometimes we don't ask the right questions or we don't give the right details. We just know here's our W-2, and then they call us and say, this is what you're getting back. Now, for me, my error was not telling my my CPA person that I was trying to purchase a home, right? So I gave her all the information. I had a side business. She filed my personal and my business taxes together. I told her to get me the maximum refund, and she did, right? I mean, she did her thing on that, right? However, when you're going to purchase a home, those tax documents have to be on point. No funny business, no nothing. And if you are a small business owner, my advice to you is file your business taxes separately if you are planning to purchase a home within the next 3 years, I say. Now, what messed me up was, I made X amount of money in a year, right? So I'm thinking, when I told the guy, yeah, I made X, Y, Z, he's like, oh yeah. I mean, you could qualify for more than 250. I'm like, all right, let's not get too happy. Just give me, 250. That's good. I should be able to find a decent home. And when he pulled my tax documents, what messed me up was, yes, I did make X, Y, Z. But when on my taxes, the loss from my business was deducted out of the amount that I made, which my net did not qualify me for that $250,000 loan that I was going for. So I'm like, dude, why didn't you give me this information ahead of time? Why didn't you when I'm on the phone and I'm giving you all this stuff and I gave you everything? I'm thinking you're pulling all of my documents, and when you gave me that pre-approval, I'm thinking we good. The only other thing I needed was the final documents. So guys, when people give you pre-approval, make sure you know that you have the right lender. Make sure that you have all of the necessary things, so you're gonna be sitting like me the first year, crying, mad at the world because you thought you was about to buy you a house. You done been saving, you done fixed your credit, you done paid off credit cards, you done did everything, and you thought it was just about to be done. But people sometimes be so eager to do things that they don't dot all their I's and cross all their T's. Okay? So, going back to the story. So, yeah, so he's like, oh, we have a hiccup. I'm like, okay, what's the hiccup? He's like, so I pulled your tax documents and, you know, based on, you know, your net and what you filed, you're not going to qualify for this type of house. Y'all know me. If y'all know me, y'all know I gave him the business. Because what I did is something my mama always told me never to do. I counted my chickens before they hatched. Okay? I was posting shit. I was posting my house. I was on Snapchat, Instagram, everything like, ooh, look at me. I did it. I did it. I did it 2 years earlier than I said it was. So, do y'all know I felt like a fucking fool? Okay? Because that house that I was supposed to have, I couldn't get. Not only was that the issue, when I did my inspection, okay? So let's just say everything goes well, you know, with your finance part. So when I did my inspection, that's a whole nother ball game, okay? So you have your inspection, and when I did my inspection, typically a home inspection costs you anywhere from like $250 and up. And it just depends on like if you want them to do the infrared, kind of use some type of special equipment to look through the walls and all that stuff like that. It'll be a little more expensive. But when I did my home inspection on the first house that I was attempting to buy, everything was going good. And then when we were going to the back door, I was like, you know, this back door is kind of sticking. Why is it doing like that? And he was like, oh, you know, it's cool. You know, sometimes it's a little older home, so it sticks. I was like, well, can you try to open it and shut it? I just want you to try it out. So he goes and he tries to open and shut it. He's like, wait a minute. So he's like, let me go look at something. So he goes into the garage. He gets this little weird thing, this little I don't know the equipment, but basically what he ended up telling me, he measured something and leveled something. He said the foundation of your home is uneven. And he said these cracks, eventually you're going to have an issue with your foundation. And I'm like, I don't know what that mean. I said, what does that mean? Does that mean, I said, listen, this is my first home. I don't know anything about anything. Would you tell your daughter to buy this house? He said, no. So not only did I have a finance issue, I had a damn foundation issue. I'm like, what the freak? Mind you guys, I've already gave my earnest money. Earnest money is money that you have to put up basically to say, okay, I'm for real about this. I really want to buy this. And if something goes wrong and you don't have your contract right, you'll do, I don't know the terms of it. Some realtors comment below what it is. But basically it's, you know, you give them money. And it's what lets them know that you're for real. And then if something goes wrong and you're on the error part, the people get to keep that money and you don't get it back. However, my realtor is the bomb. She wrote it up where, I don't know what she put. I'll probably comment below and tell you what she did. But I was able to get my earnest money back. And I got out of that house. So this is just to goes to say, speak up. If you feel something, say something. Had I not said nothing about that door, or you know the door not sticking, we were really literally at the point where we were done, right? He would have probably just freaking wrote it up and everything would have been fine. But had I not said, hey, come check this door one more time for me, he wouldn't have did that, and I wouldn't have known that the foundation was uneven or unleveled or whatever the case it was. And I would have bought a home, and years later, I would have had a major issue. Or if I tried to resell it, I would have had an issue. So that goes to say, follow your gut, ask question. No, there's no dumb question. If you don't know it, tell him, I don't understand what you're saying. Can you break it down? Don't be afraid to use your mouth and open up. Okay, pause. Anyway, you know what I'm trying to say. So going back to the finance part. So with this first home, I had a few issues. My tax documents wasn't right. The lender who I was using at the time didn't do his due diligence, didn't process all the information right. So the amount of house that I wanted to buy, I couldn't. And then I had an issue with my inspection. So that whole process itself took about 4 to 5 months. And at the end of the day, I just prayed on it. And I was just like, you know what? I don't think it should be this hard. I mean, it's going to be hard, but it's like all the signs are telling me, just wait, Michelle, just wait. Sometimes we get so eager and we want to do stuff so fast that we're not waiting on God, right? God is showing you those signs, right? The first sign was the man not processing my financial stuff right, but no, I was so eager, I still pushed through. Then the second sign was, my home inspection and all of that stuff not going right. No, the second sign was my tax documents. Okay, I still pushed through. I was like, okay, let me just find a cheaper house. The third sign was the the house. So it's like, Michelle, slow down, okay? So I rented out another apartment, which is where I'm at currently. Okay. And I was like, okay, Michelle, we're going to rent this out. And it's going to give us time to regroup, because I either had to, because my lease on my old apartment was up in 2 weeks. My initial plan was to, what was my plan? My plan was to move, when my lease was up at that old apartment, move into my house. So I either had 2 weeks to find a whole nother house or just rent something else, because I didn't want to live there anymore. So I was like, you know what? Prayed about it. I moved into a different apartment. And then, so I'm like, okay, so I got a year. So within that year, it's grind time. Let's reevaluate what I'm doing, how I'm doing stuff. So the first time around, I didn't take a home buyer's course. I didn't do any of that. So the second time, I had a little more experience underneath my belt. I still had errors, but I still had some experience underneath my belt. So the second time around, I was like, all right, cool. Still had the same realtor. Love her to death. Recommend her. I'll put all her contact information below. But I took the first time home buyers course. Now with that, guys, this is for Georgia. I can't speak for other places. There's different programs called the Georgia Dream program, where it basically is a down assistance. It's like a down payment assistance program. That was kind of hard to say that 3 times. And with that, it basically, if you're a first time home buyer and you meet certain qualifications, for example, I think like the income threshold for 2 people, I think was like, you had to make, I don't remember what it was, but I'll put some links there for you guys too. But like, you had to meet the income threshold and your credit score. Your credit score had to be at least a 640 to get that, meet the income, and live in certain areas. Now, on top of that, there's a program called the Heavy Hitter Fund. And that's basically, if you live in specific counties, you get even more money. So the Georgia Dream gave you $5,000, and if you're a teacher and an educator, you'll get a little more. If you have a special needs child as well, you'll get a little more. But with the Heavy Hitter, it was $15,000 towards closing. Now, guys, let me say this: it is look at it as they give you money for your down payment, but should you sell your house, you have to pay them back. You have to pay them back that money when you sell your house. So just keep that in mind. And then there's also some programs have like you can't sell your house for like 5 years, 10 years, different things like that. But you'll just have to look into whatever program you go and just looking kind of into the details. So from that, Yeah, so that's some of the down payment assistance programs. So I took the home buyers course. Now this course, there's some programs. There's I think it's called NAPA or NECA. There's on the Georgia Dream website, they have a whole list of different programs that you can take. You literally go on there, you find which one you want. You can go to classes for a day, or you can do, for me, I couldn't go into nobody class. I needed, y'all know my life is a mile a minute. So I just needed, you know, to do something online. So the program I did, I paid $50, and it was like self-guided, and it teaches you things. It was really good. It has like worksheets for you to like figure out your finances. It has like all these different things that kind of teach you the home buying process. It gives you the legal terms, and I mean, it's real simple, y'all. It's real simple. I think my son, he could probably pass that too, but it's real simple. It's very interactive. It's very engaging. So whoever designed that e-learning course, kudos, because you did your thing with that. And so basically you take the course, and then it's self-guided. You can finish it in a day. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. No, you can't finish in a day. You could probably finish in like 2 days. I mean, if you kind of, but I ain't gonna lie to y'all. It took me like 2-3 months, because I would do something here and then I'll forget about it and go back. But anyway, I had a year, so I wasn't really rushing it. So, yeah, so I completed the program, and once I did that, I told my realtor, I was like, hey, I got my certificate. She was like, okay, cool, all right. So I was like, all right, cool. So then, within that year, I fixed my credit. Now, let me give y'all some advice. So all my credit repair people, just log off, push pause, whatever. I'm going to give y'all some advice. And again, this is strictly my opinion. So I don't need y'all haters or whatever, and y'all trying to come for me in my little comments. But whatever the case may be, be cautious about some of these instant fix your credit programs, as far as pay me $600 and I'll get you a 750 credit score, or pay me this amount and I'm a increase, stuff like that. Now, there are some very reputable, I think that's the word I'm trying to use, some very good programs out there that helps teach you about credit and help you learn what credit is, and over time will increase your credit score, i.e. the Henderson Consulting Group, plug. But there are some programs out there. I think FEAS is one. If I'm saying it right, Danielle, correct me. I'll again put some links down there. But there are some good programs. Now, I want to tell y'all about these instant credit repair places. Now, what they do, okay, for some of those who don't know, what they do is they'll tell you, okay, give me $800 and I'll get you this credit score. I'll increase your credit score by XYZ. That's true. Sometimes they will do it. They will increase your credit score. Now, let me tell you what they're doing. They're going to increase it, but it's not going to stick. It's going to increase for a second, and then it's going to go back to what it was. Now, what they do is they basically take your credit report. They use like sites like Equifax, whatever those Experian, or whatever site they use some credit sites, and they do what's called a dispute. Now, anytime you are disputing, like, I guess bills or medical bills or whatever the case may be, anything collection, right? Your credit, like they kind of take it off and your credit goes up for a little while, because that creditor then has to prove that is your debt. If they can't prove that is your debt, then it'll come off. If it's not your debt, it'll come off. Now, if it's your debt, it will come off. Your credit score will go up. However, once they prove that is your damn debt, that is going to go back, right? When you are buying a home, you cannot have any open inquiries, okay? They're not going to play that. So don't think, oh, I'm going to do this, that, the inquiry is going to go, well, my credit score is good, I'm going to do X, Y, Z. Oh, no. They pull your credit report in the beginning, and then they pull your credit report not the day, but a few days before closing. They're going to make sure ain't nothing changed. Okay, so that's some tips. Now, what I would recommend, I'm not going to give y'all the business because y'all can call me and I can help, book. But what I would recommend is you guys going to a reputable credit specialist to teach you, you know, what credit is made of, right? So you got revolving accounts, you got your mortgage account, and you got installment accounts. Those are the three different types of credits that you can have. What makes up your credit? Your on-time payment histories, your debt-to-income ratio. I'm forgetting one thing, but I can't tell you all the things. But so that those are the kind of things. Now, what helps you out the most is on-time payments. On-time payments. Okay. We're going to get off this credit thing, but if y'all do, you know, have questions, I do have a personal career and development as well as small business development. I have a consulting company, and I am, you know, I don't mind helping you guys, or just ask me some questions. I mean, pay it forward, right? So anyway, I kind of lost my track of thought before I got on this credit tangent. I kind of like that. Oh, we were talking about making sure that you have a reputable lender. What else did I say? Oh, I was saying, okay, got it. So, basically, so within that year, I had to, not fix my credit, but get my credit as high as possible. So I did a lot of research. So I did a lot of research. I took some credit courses. I read like Credit for Dummies. I did some shadows. I did everything that I can to learn how to repair my own credit so that I can be, you know, be successful and then teach my child, right? Because in an African American community, we don't teach our children about credit. We don't have those conversations. Nobody taught me about credit. I had to learn this on my own. How I learned is I effed up my credit. Went to college and all these people